I come to Loveland, Colorado every year, at least 2 to 3 months per year. It's good to visit family. And about 16 years ago, we helped to change some part of the lawn into the garden. And we have been doing garden until now. So this year, we start from June, the beginning of June. And then now, almost the end of July. But the garden look okay. We start to have some vegetable, some thing to eat. So we spend only 10 minutes up to 15 minutes per day to take care of the garden. That's all. So our garden is not very big. We don't want to make it big because if it's big, it can be a burden. But if it's small, it can be something fun that we enjoy it every day. So we make the bed. It's about 3 meters by 1.5 meters bed. Then we have 4 beds. This is the garden look like from June. We have a lot of friends. This is our friends. They come almost every day. They're very nice friends. They come to visit us, and sometimes they ask for some flowers. But they're very polite because they don't eat our vegetable. They ate only flowers. So we think they are okay. So we just let them come to visit us as they want. So our garden, we start from the seedling because the season of planting here is very short. So we need to get the seedling from the market. Some of them we plant the seedling ourselves. But this year, because of COVID, seedling is quite hard to find because more people love to do gardening at this time. Something that take long time to be able to harvest, or we can harvest long time, we bought the seedling. We plant with the seedling. But some of them like lettuce or spinach or coriander or cilantro. So this kind of plant, they have very short life. We plant from seeds because we sow the seed in the bed, and when they grow, when it's too thick, we thin them out, or we can pull them and transplant them. They grow fast, so we can eat them before the winters come. So this is quite easy to grow them. Because of the old garden, we have a lot of volunteer flowers. This is hollyhock. They grow in the bed. We don't want them to be in the bed because they can be outside, but in the bed we want it to be vegetable. This is our special onion, green onion. Actually, we did not expect it to be that big because we got from the market like this. It's tiny from the market. But we planted them about more than 2 years ago. And when the winter come, they just dry up. When the snow melt, they just have a new shoot stick up on from the ground. And then they turn to be bigger and bigger like this. So this year, we have a lot of flowers and a lot of seed there. We like to collecting. We like to collect the seeds to experiment if we can grow them from seeds. So it's quite beautiful. So we eat them and save seed too. My wife, she plant the seedling of big plants like chilies, tomato, cucumber. Before I came here, she started from the middle of May. But they're still very small because it's too cold. But some part of it is the flowers. This is the old garden. It used to be only flowers for a long time. These flowers, we never plant them again. this area, we have some raspberry too. They grow by themselves. They come back every time when the snow melts. Raspberry and many kind of flowers and rhubarbs. So this kind of garden is very easy. We just water them, don't do anything with them. They just come up every year, very easy. When we start to plant tomato, chilies, and some vegetable, it's still cold, so many of them don't grow well. They just stay in the same level most of the time. Some of them look quite bad too. So we have to wait for the good weather a little bit, and then they will be better. But when the temperature higher, it's a little bit hotter than before, and many seedlings start to grow very fast after that. Only 1 week, they grow up to 2 inches very quick after that. So the temperature is very important for gardening, but this area is very short time of the year that we can have good temperatures. So we plant them in the bed and some of them in the pots like this. So we add compost in there and sow the seed in there, water them, let them grow by themselves. In a very small garden that we have here, but we try to plant many varieties of vegetable together, and each of them not a lot. We have more than 20 varieties of vegetable that we can eat from this garden, and we have more than 20 varieties of flowers too. We have many things, even small, but many. I think this is very important thing because gardening, if we grow only one or a few varieties, we don't want to eat them. But if we have many varieties, anything come out, we eat them. Every time we eat different thing, not the same thing. We will not get bored from it. Even flowers, when they have many color, many different kind of flowers, it make it look nice and beautiful. I think the plants, they don't want to be lonely. They love to have many friends. Diversity is beauty. Diversity is security. I think plants understand that. Whenever we plant only a few varieties, we will have more pest, more problem. But when we plant many of vegetable together, they have less problem. So I think they love to be social like human. Our small garden, we have only 4 beds that we grow vegetable, and we have many varieties of vegetable. At least we have 6 varieties of tomatoes, and we have kale, we have cabbages, basil, chilies, onion, chive, dill, many things. And we spend only 10 minutes per day to water the garden. I think this is the right amount of garden for about 4 people live together, because only one tomatoes, when they have fruit, you cannot eat all of them, but we have 6 or 7 of them, and each of them different varieties. So it's good to have more varieties but small garden. We have more time to take care of them. We can take care of them better. So the main thing that we do sometimes is just weeding. Actually, many things is not weed. It's edible. Most of it edible. Like we have a lot of mint. They grow so fast. We need to pull them out because we cannot eat a lot of them. All the thing that we pull out from the garden, we just give to the chicken. When we have chicken, they love to eat something green too, because green grass contain more vitamin and minerals, so they love it. Many things we pull out like it mint is very good to make drink, and then we eat fresh as vegetable too. But when they have too much, we pull them out. And this kind of plant is edible. We eat this one too. Just cook them and eat them. You can cook any way. It's good vegetable. And the most boring plant that people don't like it is bindweed. This kind of weed, they never die. When you pull them up, they grow back. Pull them up, you grow back. So we eat them too. This one, we eat the young, very young shoot. It's not very big, but if there are a lot, it's good to cook with something else, even eat fresh. So we eat everything. There are many things grow that we consider weed, but actually is edible. What people consider problem here is rabbit. But when we have a lot of grass for them, rabbit did not disturb us much. And elk is a big animal that they come often. They love to eat our fruit, our flowers. But when we plant many vegetables together, especially if we have something strong smell, like onion, dill, or mint, they don't want to eat those plants. So if we plant those as a border of the garden, it helps. And then some other friend that can cause problem is raccoon, like this. They don't eat our vegetable, but they love to step on it, jump on it. So, but they not come often. If we don't have leftover food or garbage that they can eat nearby, it will be okay. And another thing is useful is to have the pot garden in the porch. This one is the pots that we grow a lot of herbs in there. This tiny pot, we have about 8 varieties of herbs here. We have thyme, we have rosemary, oregano, we have sage, coriander, and chive, and another thing too. So small pot but very useful. In the winter we move inside. We have this garden only almost 2 months, but we start to have vegetable to eat. Tomatoes start to ripe. Many kale, we can pick the leaves every day. Lettuce, we can eat almost every day. So doing garden is not a lot of work. It's not a burden. It's not a work, but we can have good vegetable to eat. I think it's fun to have small vegetable but many varieties. Only 2 months we have food.